Welcome to a new journey deep into the mystery and beauty that hides in the shadows of nature as we set out together to explore one of the secrets of our hidden world. We invite you to immerse yourself in a world full of mystery, where inhabits a unique being that exudes beauty and carries within its wings secrets that need to be discovered. In the hidden catacombs of nature, we talk about a being that lives its life among the trees and rivers of forests, a being that is considered the jewel of the African savanna. It is the secretary bird, a unique creature that deserves to be at the forefront of our attention. But do not underestimate this wonderful bird, as it defies the sunlight and hides in crooked places in the forest as if it carries a special secret that makes its beauty shine in the darkness. What story does he carry in his delicate feathers? How does he interact with the world around him? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to follow our unique adventures and wonderful discoveries in the hidden world of nature. Join us on our exciting journey and discover the beauty that hides in every corner of this mysterious world. The secretary bird, or rider's bird, is a species of large bird of prey that lives in the grasslands and savannas of sub-Saharan Africa. This bird is characterized by an eagle-like body and crane-like legs, reaching a height of 1 meter and 300 centimeters. The secretary bird is distinguished by its massive body, featherless red-orange face, and gray plumage. Males and females can be easily identified by their similar appearance. The secretary bird feeds on insects and small vertebrates, and is an accomplished hunter on land, using its feet to trample and kill its prey. The secretary bird builds its nest at the top of a thorn tree and lays 1 to 3 eggs in the nest. The secretary bird lives in various regions of Africa, including South Africa, Zambia, and Uganda. The evolutionary relationship between the secretary bird and other birds of prey has long been a source of interest and challenge to ornithologists. The secretary bird was initially classified within its own family, Sagittariidae, in the order Falconiformes. In 2008, a large molecular study showed that the secretary bird belongs to an evolutionary clade that includes ospreys of the family Pondionidae and kites, hawks, and eagles of the family Accipitridae. The study also showed that falcons belonging to the Falconiformes order are distantly related to other birds of prey in the Cathartidae family. In the year 2015, a molecular study of evolution confirmed the validity of these relationships. These discoveries contribute to explaining the evolution of the secretary bird and its morphological relationships in the world of birds. The secretary bird has a unique and interesting appearance that makes it easily recognizable. It has distinctive black feathers covering the back of its head, an open hooked beak, and a webbed orange face. The secretary bird appears as a very large ground bird, exceeding 1 meter and 300 centimeters. It has bluish-gray plumage on the crown, upper parts, and wing coverts. The underparts and lower wing coverts range in color from light gray to grayish-white. The head features long black feathers called the crest that emanate from the back of the neck, giving it a distinctive and attractive appearance. In flight, elongated central feathers extend from the tail to the hind legs called cause feathers, and the neck expands similar to the shape of a stork. The tail is wedge-shaped with white tips that add uniqueness and charm to it. The tail appears in gray and black colors and is characterized by 2 broad black bands, one at the base and the other at the end, called the black band. These distinctive features make the secretary bird eye-catching and arouse admiration and questions about its evolution and nature in the bird world. Although the sexes are similar in appearance, there are some subtle differences between males and females. The male tends to have longer tail feathers, more head feathers, shorter head feathers, and more blue-gray feathers. Females have shorter tail feathers, more brown feathers, and a slightly longer head. Adults have a featherless red-orange face with a pale brown iris and a hooked bill. The legs and feet are pinkish-gray, and the upper part of the legs are covered with black feathers. The toes are short and strong, and the back toe is smaller than the front 3 toes, which are connected at the base by a small web. Although the secretary bird is usually silent, it is capable of making a deep, guttural squawking sound during mating displays or at nests. This sound can be heard while greeting mates or in instances of threatening displays or fighting with other birds. Sometimes secretary birds throw their heads back while making this sound. When disturbed, he may make a high-pitched croaking sound. In the marriage nest, the couples make soft clicking or whistling sounds to express their communication. Chicks appear with a sharp voice during the first 30 days of their lives, and this voice helps in communicating between them, their parents, and their surrounding environment. Secretary birds are generally not social except for pairs and their offspring. These birds usually sit alone in trees belonging to the genus Acacia or Planeta, and sometimes even in pine trees in areas of southern Africa. An hour or 2 after dawn, secretary birds set off to start their day, usually staying for some time to clean up beforehand. While mated pairs sometimes sit together, secretary birds usually feed separately. However, they can remain close to each other within sight while searching for food. These birds walk at a speed of 3 kilometers per hour and take about 120 steps per minute on average. As sunset approaches, secretary birds return to their areas and move toward the wind before flying against the wind. The presence of solitary secretary birds is usually characterized by the presence of unrelated males, and their territories are generally in unsuitable areas. The secretary bird has unique flight techniques, using distinctive movements such as undulating and slowly flapping wings to control turbulence. It flaps its wings slowly and with effort to maintain flight, as it needs constant movement to avoid fatigue. During periods of high heat during the day, the secretary bird takes advantage of the hot currents to rise to heights of up to 3,800 meters above the ground. The average lifespan in the wild of secretary birds is thought to be 10 to 15 years, the oldest age of these birds having been confirmed by 5 years for a chick that was banded in 2011 and recovered 5 years later in 2016. In captivity, secretary birds can live up to 19 years. In addition, secretary birds carry blood parasites, with the species Leucocytozoon borapere having been discovered in Mozambique. The species Hepatozoon ellis greineri was discovered in wild secretary birds in Tanzania and is unique among bird blood parasites, as it grows in liver granulocytes. External parasites found on secretary birds include the lice Neocolpocephalum cucollar and Falcolepurus secretarius. In the mystery and ferocity of the wilderness, the secretary bird continues to write a unique story on the sky of nature. It is a being that carries a deep secret in its wings, immersing itself in the secrets and hidden beauty of the prairies. His wings slowly undulate in the wind, a symbol of his quiet strength and exceptional skills. In the world of the secretary, mystery is embodied in the details of his feathers and elegant movements, while his ferocity is evident in his wild control in difficult circumstances. He is mysterious and ferocious at the same time, like a bird that lives its life in silence and shows off its strength when the time is right. As the secretary bird continues to defy the wind and soar upward, we invite you to discover more of this wild spirit and the hidden beauty of our world. So, don't forget to subscribe to our channel Hidden World to follow this exciting journey and delve into the secrets of this unique creature. Let us be part of this amazing and dark world together, where mystery and beauty intersect in the wild sky.